would like to tailor the messages that I'm sending to someone who I think would find it very useful.
So the history of the church's mission, engagement, and service goes back a long time, more than 160 years. They've always kind of had a heart for the city and for people who are in need or vulnerable.
They're happy, and I'm happy to report we had a good year. We're in healthy shape. Our investment return was about 17% in 2017.
Danny Hart, ruling elder from First Presbyterian Church and chair of CORE. I would like to amend the motion so that a representative from CORE, not necessarily the chair of CORE, has voice and vote in PLC proceedings.
All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye. And the first thing I want to say about 2017, it was a very weird year. I've got the big things that people always want to know about on here. First of all, how did per capita do? We did just fine. We took in 97.63% of it. Total partnership giving was less good. We only got about 92.44% of our budget. And that's a deficit of about $50,000. And so we spent $142,685 less on personnel in 2017 than we budgeted. And then we had 3 buildings hit our books at $4.9 million between the 3 of them. This is where someone standing outside the Presbytery might come to the conclusion we're a money-making machine because we doubled our assets last year. But so far we have 14 pledges this year for $150,000, and we need to approximately quadruple that if we can.
Thank you all. It is with great joy that I stand before you today. At the last church I served, there was always a gentleman that would introduce me before a meal and say, the only thing standing between you and your dinner is our pastor's prayer.
The PCA USA, specifically the Presbytery of Cascades, has not been adequately or effectively reaching the X, Y, Z generations. Why?
We are no longer in a technical fixed era, we are in an adaptive fixed era, which means we've got to come up with something different with the people that we're working with to figure out what moves them, and that's the basic premise.
We're charged with recommending processes for 1, managing vacant church properties, including those in rural communities.
At the start of this new season, the words of Ted Loder in his poem, "I Tremble on the Edge of Maybe," resonates in my ears. I tremble on the edge of maybe, a first time, a new thing, a tentative start, and the wonder of it all lays its fingers on my lips. Thank you.
So, as you know, our goal is to change our lovely Reverend Susan Graham to a called and installed pastor.
Somehow the kind of caring that women do naturally doesn't always shine through the same way in men.
So, Mr. Moderator, item number 5 was referred back to the Commission on Ministry Coordinating Council, and it's being brought again back after consultation among the COMCC, and
we're ready to vote. All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
A year ago or so, we had an open space, and the Commissions on Ministry listened to a variety of concerns that people had about compensation, and we put together a task force to take a look at the issues that were raised.
All right, all in favor, say aye. All opposed say no. Carries.
The spring gathering of Presbyterian women in the Cascades Presbytery will be held. The focus of the day's program will be how churches in the Eugene area are responding to homelessness.
While we know this begins a time of rest and enjoyment of other callings, we value the experience that you have gained and the skills that you have acquired. Therefore, we welcome your continued participation in the life of the church.
It goes forth from the uttermost edge of the heavens and runs about to the end of it again, and nothing is hidden from its burning heat.
Just to take 30 seconds in silence and answer that question for yourself. Why are you in church? Why do you have your faith?
We were greatly in need of a studying hand and capable leadership, wise head, kind heart, and we got all of that and more